Hello and welcome, I'm Liam the music reviewer, Kirby's my beautiful pink son, and today we're going to be doing another bracket. I had a lot of fun doing the Kanye one the other day there, and I've got a lot of uni stuff going on at the moment, final year, dissertation and documentary in the midst of doing all that, so this is a lot easier for me to do, and it's just a lot of fun. Brockhampton are easily one of the most exciting bands around at the moment. Saturation 1, 2 and 3 last year were just some of the best music to have dropped in 2017, so this will be a lot of fun to do. Just so this isn't another like half an hour video, I'll be going through like all the first rounds as quick as I can, just not going to put too much time into discussing it, and then as we go on I'll justify it a bit more. So you ready? Let's get into it. So off the bat, the winners of the first rounds here are Heat, Stupid, Milk, Sunny, Jello, Sister Nation, Johnny, Gummy, Junkie, Gamba, Teeth, Luca, Cash, Zipper, Stains and Star. And we'll work our way back up to decide who wins the left hand side of this bracket. And to start off, Star's the easy winner here. I mean, it was definitely one of my favourite songs just off of the Saturation trilogy in general, very referential, heavy, but it had a kind of like a humour to it. Everything had a nice like kind of fast flow to it, and it's easily one of like the most accessible songs that they dropped at that point in their career, and even at this point, speaking in hindsight, still holds up remarkably well. Zipper easily wins this one. Again, Saturation 3, I'm still waiting for it to click just as well as Saturation 1 and 2 had, but yeah, Zipper is just a great wee track, and it has easily one of the more like iconic lines out of any Brockhampton album, with that "head was clean, Tony Fantano" line. Just Merlin is easily just like a joy on any track that he's on, and it's definitely one of the highlights here, makes this a really easy choice for me. And then get Teeth and Luca, and yeah, Teeth just easily wins this for me. Luca was definitely one of those demos that I wasn't really expecting much of, but even though I do like it a fair bit, Teeth just wins this easy. Gamba and Junkie is going to be the one that wins it for me here. I do think Junkie is one of the most important tracks Brockhampton have ever dropped and will ever drop. Every verse on here is absolutely sublime. It has just got such a quality to it. Just everyone's on incredible form here. Junkie is just like the clear winner for me. And then we get Gummy and Johnny, and I'm gonna have to give it to Gummy. Starts off everything like so cinematically with those like opening strings, and there's like the wailing alarm sound, and then it's just a great intro to Saturation 2. But even just on its own, it's got such a kind of cohesiveness to it, makes it an easy one for me to go for this over Johnny. And it's Sister Nation, Jello, and I had to give it to Sister Nation here, like easy. I think it's one of the best cuts off Saturation 3. And Joba usually is always like really eccentric, I feel, but on here he had like some sort of like sinisterness to him. He's got like the strongest verse on here for me. It's just one of those ones that if I'm going to go for like a few cuts off Saturation 3, Sister Nation is always going to be the one that I'll go for. Sunny and Milk, I'm going for Sunny here. I think people will be mad at me for going for Sunny over team in the first place, but Sunny's just got it's kind of like a cheesy charm to it. Like it does feel like a kind of like a cowboy song, especially like with Merlin starting off, and it's like the "ay yo yo yo." It's hilarious. That's a really bad rendition of it, but honestly, it makes me smile a lot. And also, like any of these brackets, I'm not looking from it like from a really like objective possible standpoint. I'm just going for which ones I enjoy the most. Heat and Stupid. Heat was the first song that I ever heard from Brockhampton, and it just made it clicked with me almost instantly. I'd heard like the Odd Future comparisons all the time, and I guess it is like an visceralness, but there's nothing coming from like edge, like how Odd Future were trying to be really edgy all the time. Brockhampton done it just in the way that they delivered themselves. Joba, oh my god, he is like fucking fierce on this. But everyone they managed to like, even I think everyone's first introduction was probably Saturation 1. I don't know many people that All American Trash would have been their first listen, and the way that they start off Saturation 1, just easily Heat is the thing that just leaves an impression on you almost as soon as it's done. And that's why I went for it over Sunny. Like, Sunny's charm can only take it so long, for me. I've just got that kind of like nostalgia for Heat, even though it's only like a year old at this point. Still has a really special place for me just because it was the introduction. And it's got Sister Nation, Gummy, and I'd give it to Sister Nation. Gummy, as I say, is very cinematic, but Sister Nation just has a sort of like, obviously like there's a sinisterness at the start, but like even just the production, it's almost kind of like claustrophobic with that kind of like with that beat that just is like omnipresent, almost feels in your face, almost feels like something that's going to overshadow the lyrics on here. But yeah, that's what makes it an easy choice for me. But then Heat is what ultimately bet Sister Nation. Again, I guess nostalgia might play a role in this, but for me, Heat was just a great introduction to Brockhampton, and still easily one of my favourite tracks by them. Then we get to Junkie and Teeth, and like I say, Junkie is just one of Brockhampton's most important tracks, and I would go as far as saying it's the most important Kevin Abstract's best verse on here, and even like Amir and Matt Champion are just doing some great work. Then I get Zipper and Star, and yeah, Star wins this for me, much in the same way that Heat holds a special place for me. So does Star. Star was probably my favourite song off Saturation 1, and again I just think that it's because of the form that everyone's on here, the fact that they're so early in their career at this point, and they all just like have this kind of like effortless, just kind of like organicness to them, and just there's a real sense of humour on it, makes it an easy choice for me there. But then I have to give it to Junkie over Star, and I've already given my reasons really for like why I like Junkie to the extent that I do. They're really going to struggle to make a song that impresses me as much, though Saturation 3 had a lot of amazing tracks that I do admire a great deal, but Junkie was the single that when I heard it I went, oh shit, this band are really something to kind of like be reckoned with at this point. I'd already been kind of like blown away by what they'd made before, but it was at that point I was like, this is going to be like this very well way be act that we're going to remember for quite some time. And yeah, it gets to Heat and Junkie here before we get into the right hand side, and yeah, I'm giving it to Junkie here. I think I've made my case very clear. Now we're on the right hand side, and the winners of each of these first rounds are Gold, Chip, Queer, Hottie, Ben Carson, Tokyo, Fight, Bleach, Boogie, Alaska, Swamp, Bump, Rental, Fake Summer, and Sweet. And we'll start from the top this time, go way down to the bottom, and we're gonna go for Sweet first. I think Sweet's got Merlin's best verse. I think it was one of the best tracks off Saturation 2. Summer is a lovely track, definitely one of Bareface's better performances, I feel. But yeah, Sweet just wins this for me. Don't call me stupid, that ain't the way my name pronounced. The way he delivers that kind of like that kind of like rhythm to it, I feel it has that sort of like seriousness to it. He's obviously kind of like more of a comedic kind of rapper of the whole group, but just I think a lot of members of Brockhampton obviously kind of show themselves as being more than just like a one note thing. There's obviously kind of like some criticism with some certain members not mixing it up as well, but I don't think Merlin's quite that kind of person in Brockhampton. Then we get for Fake and Rental, and yeah, linking on to that point that I made there, Rental, Matt Champion, oh my god, he's got such a beautiful voice. He's a good rapper, definitely. Like I say, with Junkie, he's got a good verse on there, but Rental, oh, he's such a lovely singing voice. So there's no denying there that wins it against Fake. Go to Bump and Swamp. Bump, I think for me, when it comes to production, obviously shows that they can kind of the naturalness to Brockhampton, how they can go from one sound to the other over the course of an album, like with just like not without even breaking a sweat. They managed to do that on Bump. Like it starts off very lo-fi, kind of gritty, and then it's like silky smooth for like when it comes to the chorus. It is a great trait of their work. Then we get Alaska and Boogie, and yeah, Boogie wins this easily. Me and a few friends, Andy, Ethan, Jake, Josh, Kell, we've got a wee chat together, and just when this song came out we were going absolutely mad. Just like, this was the most experimental they'd been to this point, and they just done it so effortlessly. There's such like a momentum going for it, just does not light up at all, just amazing, which makes the choice between Bump and Boogie kind of easy for me. Boogie just beats it mainly for the same reasons I gave it there. It goes up against Sweet, and then Boogie beats it. Like, I do think that Boogie is just a really experimental track, but it goes to show like this whole boy band thing that they're going for here. Like, they are able to kind of like not put themselves, like pigeonhole themselves at all. They're still able to be very kind of like catchy and all that, but still like push themselves. Like, I can't really think of a boy band that have made many of this same kind of songs as Brockhampton have at this point. Then we've got Bleach and Fight, and yeah, Bleach is just a gorgeous track, and I think with Saturation Free, I see why people prefer that over any of the other albums, because on here, the way that every member works for each other, this was them at their peak. Like, it was definitely more of a group effort at this point. There was no like I think with Saturation 2, Kevin Abstract's obviously like the strongest member at that point. With Saturation 1, I personally think that it's Amir that's the strongest member there, but on Saturation 3, I think it's all quite balanced. Like, everyone's given it their all. So yeah, Bleach beats Fight here. It's Tokyo and Ben Carson, and well, Ben Carson is definitely one of the stronger cuts of All American Trash. I have to give it to Tokyo. Just it was kind of more of, that was more of one of those like immediate choices for there, where I don't have to think twice about it. Tokyo just kind of wins it for me. Then we get to Hot and Queer, and Queer wins it. Like I say, with Saturation 2, Kevin Abstract was definitely the strongest member there as far as I'm aware, and just all the hooks that he's got on this, like, he's definitely kind of like coming into his own at that point, and Queer's kind of like the definition of that. Just the chorus on that, and just everything in general, just a great wee track. And then we get Chick and Gold. Gonna give it to Gold. I think for a lot of people, when they listen to Saturation 1, much like myself, Heat was also that kind of like really like aggressive, visceral track, and Gold's like the total opposite of that. It was kind of like pop rap, where it was just the slickness of it, just how luscious it all sound, even just the vocal deliveries on here, just everything about it had that kind of like pristine feel to it, made it just like a very likeable track from the get-go. There's a reason why lots of people had this very high up in their end of year list for tracks. Then we get Gold against Queer, and yeah, much for the same reasons, Gold beats Queer for me. I just think that the way they managed to kind of evoke some obvious influences on here, they done it well enough that they can make it their own. But I did have a tough time going between Gold and Queer here, because while they might not be as important in terms of what they're saying, in terms of like the kind of like turning points in the Brockhampton career here, they're kind of like vital in their transformation and evolution as an act. And then we get Tokyo and Bleach, and it was Bleach for me again. I just think it's such a gorgeous track, and again, like how everyone kind of like works with one another. But we get to Bleach and Gold going together, and just had to give it to Go again. It was a tough decision. Kind of made my points clear on why I like both of those songs, and just in the mood that I was when I'm making this, I just think that Gold is the one that I would go for over Bleach. But we go for Boogie and Gold. You're gonna have to give it to Boogie here. Again, difficult decision to make, but I think that Boogie is I think Boogie is just kind of like better for me in every sort of way. I think Boogie's more fun. I think instrumentally what they were trying to do is far more, as I've been saying with Saturation Free in general, a lot more experimental, a lot more kind of avant-garde for them, especially as a boy band kind of thing. And yeah, Gold is great, and I will go back to it time and time again, but Boogie is just something that ever since it dropped back in December, I'm still kind of like blown away by. Just, this was a track that came out amongst like 2 other albums that year, and appeared in the 3rd album, where even though it is trying to like, it's an act trying to push their boundaries a bit, it still manages to stand out. But now we've got Junkie and Boogie. Yeah, I'd end up giving it to Junkie here. I did have a tough time, because they're obviously, I think Junkie is the best lyrically, and I think Boogie is the best like instrumentally, and it was a hard time between the two. But I just think Junkie, I think there's obviously, it's not quite the group effort that Boogie is, and I guess for some people they would probably go for Boogie over Junkie just because of that. But I think Junkie has just got like a quality to it. It's, again, I keep using the word kind of like cohesive, but it definitely is very cohesive. Kevin Abstract's verse is just fantastic, as is Amir, as is Merlin, as is Matt Champion. Just they're all on incredible form, and just made Junkie just like the clear, my clear winner for me. But as always, with the same with the Kanye thing, I'll probably go back to this in a few months. I'll be like, oh, maybe I would have went for this over that and this over this. But this is just meant to be a bit of fun. I definitely want to do this before March is over, and then all the March Madness is kind of like out of date. They're easier. This is easier for me to make, more fun for me to do, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this. If you disagree with me, just let me know. I know my reasoning for some of these choices are a bit simple, like they're not that deep. But I think for a lot of you, you've probably done the same with your brackets, and you just kind of like, you just know what it is. But yeah, I think for some of these, I think I've kind of made my case quite clear on them. But yeah, if you disagree with my winner, if you disagree with any of my other choices, just let me know. Apologies for I keep looking down here, but it's just so I can actually see what I'm talking about just now. But yeah, I'll speak to you guys very soon. I've been Liam, the music reviewer. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you guys later.